How to Start a Small Farm Practical Guide. Hey nerds, Farmer Jesse here. Today we're diving into the nuts and bolts of starting your own small farm. This guide goes beyond the basics and gives you actionable steps to kickstart your farming journey, whether you're starting from scratch or expanding your homestead. We'll be talking about stuff they don't always tell you in those fancy agricultural textbooks, like how to stretch a dollar further than a rubber chicken at a county fair. So grab yourself a glass of iced tea, settle in, and get ready to learn how to turn your farming dreams into a reality. Let's dig in. Delay land ownership. Don't jump the gun. Now I know what you're thinking. Jesse, how can I start a farm without land? And that's a fair point, folks. But here's the kicker. Buying land right off the bat can be a real burden. It's a huge investment, and when you're starting out, you need that cash flow for other things, like seeds, tools, maybe even a sturdy pair of overalls. Leasing land gives you the chance to get your hands dirty, learn the ropes, and figure out what kind of farming really tickles your fancy, all without the pressure of a hefty mortgage hanging over your head. Leasing also gives you flexibility. Maybe you're not sure about the soil in a particular area or the local market for your produce. Leasing for a year or two lets you test the waters before diving headfirst into ownership. Plus, you can often negotiate a sweet deal with a landowner who's just looking for someone to keep their land productive. Trust me, folks, slow and steady wins the race, especially in the farming game. Don't rush the process. Take your time, learn the ropes, and you'll be well on your way to building a successful and sustainable farm. The important thing is to find what works best for you and your farming goals. Family budget, keep your finances straight. All right, folks, let's talk about money, or as I like to call it, the green stuff that makes the farm go round. When you're starting a farm, it's crucial to keep your personal finances separate from your farm expenses. Trust me, this ain't just about good bookkeeping. It's about keeping your sanity intact. Set up a dedicated bank account and credit card specifically for your farm. This way, you'll have a clear picture of your farm's income and expenses, which is essential for making informed business decisions. Plus, come tax time, you'll be thanking me for saving you from a mountain of receipts. Now let's talk about creating a family budget. Start by tracking your monthly household expenses: housing, food, transportation, the whole 9 yards. Then, determine how much income you need to cover those expenses comfortably. Next, create a separate budget for your farm, outlining your projected income and expenses. Remember, folks, a well-planned budget is like a good fence. It keeps everything running smoothly and prevents any unexpected surprises. Gain farming experience, get your hands dirty. All right, folks, let's talk about the heart and soul of farming, getting your hands dirty. Now, I'm all for book learning and watching YouTube videos, especially mine, but there's no substitute for real-life, hands-on experience when it comes to farming. Think of it like this. You wouldn't expect to become a world-class chef just by reading cookbooks, would you? You gotta get in that kitchen, chop some veggies, burn a few pots, we've all been there, and learn by doing. Same goes for farming. Look for opportunities to work on local farms, volunteer at community gardens, or even just start a small garden in your backyard. Trust me, folks, there's no better way to learn the ins and outs of farming than by working alongside experienced farmers. You'll pick up invaluable knowledge about soil health, pest control, crop rotation, and all sorts of other tricks of the trade that they don't teach you in books. So don't be afraid to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. All right, folks, grab your thinking caps and let's talk business. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jesse, we're farmers, not CEOs. Why do we need a business plan? Well, here's the thing. Even the smallest farm is still a business, and a well-crafted business plan is like a roadmap to success. Think of it like this. You wouldn't set out on a cross-country road trip without a map, would you? You gotta know where you're going, how you're gonna get there, and what to expect along the way. Same goes for your farm. A solid business plan outlines your farm's goals, both short-term and long-term. It details your target market, your marketing strategy, your production methods, and your financial projections. Basically, it's a blueprint for building a sustainable and profitable farm. Your farm budget is a detailed projection of your income and expenses, both monthly and annually. It helps you track your cash flow, identify potential financial challenges, and make informed decisions about your farm's operations. Remember, folks, a well-crafted business plan and budget are living documents. They should be reviewed and updated regularly to reflect your farm's evolving needs and goals. Chapter 5, Startup Budget, Every Penny Counts. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. Starting a farm requires capital, but it doesn't have to break the bank. The key is to be resourceful, prioritize your needs, and explore different funding options. Begin by creating a startup budget that lists all the essential equipment and supplies you'll need to get your farm up and running. This might include tools, seeds, fencing, irrigation systems, or even livestock shelters, depending on your operation. Remember, folks, prioritize needs over wants. You don't need the shiniest new tractor or the fanciest irrigation system right off the bat. Start with the basics and gradually upgrade your equipment as your farm grows and your budget allows. Another great way to save money is by buying used equipment. Check out local auctions, online marketplaces, and even neighboring farms that might be selling their used equipment. Chapter 6. Explore collaborations. Two heads are better than one. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked in the world of farming collaboration. You see, folks, farming doesn't have to be a solitary endeavor. In fact, teaming up with like-minded individuals can bring a whole host of benefits, from sharing resources and knowledge to dividing the workload and boosting your marketing reach. Think about it. Maybe you're a whiz at growing vegetables, but you wouldn't know the first thing about raising chickens. Partnering with an experienced poultry farmer could be a match made in heaven. You could swap produce for fresh eggs, share equipment and labor, and even learn from each other's expertise. Collaborations can also help you access new markets. Teaming up with a local restaurant or food cooperative could provide a steady outlet for your produce, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Remember, folks, trust and transparency are key to any successful collaboration. A well-structured partnership can be a game changer for your farm, providing support, resources, and a sense of community that's hard to beat. Chapter 7. Find land for lease. Test the waters. All right, folks, let's circle back to land, but this time we're talking about leasing. As we discussed earlier, buying land right away can be a hefty investment, especially when you're just starting out. Leasing land allows you to test the waters, gain experience, and build your farm business before taking the plunge into ownership. Start by networking with other farmers, local landowners, and even real estate agents specializing in agricultural properties. When evaluating potential lease agreements, pay close attention to the lease duration, renewal options, and any restrictions on land use. Ideally, you want a lease that aligns with your long-term farming goals, providing security and flexibility to invest in soil health and infrastructure. With a little patience and perseverance, you'll find the perfect spot to plant your farming roots, at least temporarily. Your farming journey starts now. Starting a small farm involves strategic planning and financial foresight. By delaying land ownership, setting clear budgets, gaining hands-on experience, and exploring collaborations, you'll build a solid foundation for a sustainable and successful farming venture. Remember, each step prepares you for the challenges and rewards of farming life. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and every seed you sow, every fence post you pound, every connection you make brings you closer to your dream. Special thanks to BCS America for their support. And of course, a huge shout out to our incredible Patreon members. Your farming journey begins with informed decisions and proactive steps.